Hi, and welcome to my live webinar talking about my Social Media Managers Academy. Welcome. If you haven't been able to join this live, then don't worry. You'll be able to watch this on the recording. And if you do have any questions, then you can just drop me a message either through Facebook, Instagram, go to my website. Really easy to find me. I'm pretty much everywhere on social media and online. So the idea of the webinar is to talk to you more about my Social Media Managers Academy, what you can kind of expect from the program, and what life is kind of like as a social media manager, running your own social media business, and the kind of my journey of what I've been doing. So what I will do first is let me share some slides. Oh, that's not good. It's right at the beginning, so we didn't want that. Just bear with me a second. Let's have a look and see what's going on. You've got to love technology. I always say never work with animals, children, or technology, and that's just proved me right. So just bear with me 1 second. Just make sure. Right, okay. Should be okay now. So we'll share screen. No, it's running as a slide. Excuse me, bear with me a second. I have no idea why it is doing this. It wasn't doing this earlier, but there we go. Right, I'm going to go in a different way and do it because it obviously isn't liking that. So we'll do it a different way instead. Here we go. Right. Hopefully this is working. Okay. Here we go. Move me over here. Put me down in the corner. Down there. Right. So welcome to my Social Media Academy. This is a live webinar, but it has been recorded so that you can watch it on replay. So a little bit more about me. So I'm Samantha Cameron. I'm a social media expert. I'm also a social media coach. I study and teach social media psychology. I'm also a certified business strategist. So it's all wrapped up in one bow. So I help businesses of all sizes, from helping them get visible and consistent with their social media through my coaching and my training. But then I also go into businesses and look to see where the gaps are so that we can then make sure that the social media that they're putting out is working to the full max, which is really what you kind of want. It's really easy to have a great social media plan and great content, but if you actually don't have a business strategy, then it just doesn't, none of it works. You've got to tie it all in together. I also have a social media agency where we do a do for you service. So I have people that work within my agency, and they will do social media for all kinds of businesses. We also do websites, we do copyrights, we create graphics, logos, ads in editorial papers, magazines, that kind of thing. We do anything in the online space, we will create it for clients. Okay, so I'm also mum of 5, so these are my Herberts. This photo was taken before COVID. It's the last time it's very rare to actually get them all 5 in one place. So you've got Molly, she's actually 11 now, and she's our youngest. Then you've got Bo, who's 12, and he's standing next to my husband, Richard. And then we've got Millie, who's next to Molly. She's 19 and at university in London. And then you've got Holly, who's 23. She lives down in Bath. And then you've got my son, Daniel, who's 22. So 3 older ones are no longer at home. We'll just have the little ones. So it's just the 4 of us at home now. And I started my business, my social media business, 7 years ago. And the reason why I started it was because of these guys. I worked in corporate for years. I was an estate agent from the age of 16, worked within the car industry for many years after that. And then I became a trainer within the financial world. And when I had Bo, there's only a year between Bo and Molly, so I had maternity leave, and then after having Molly, I actually didn't want to go back to work, so I needed to find something that would work for me. And this is where I came across network marketing, and it was perfect for me because I could kind of run the business around all of the children. I could be at home, I could go to the sports days, I could take them on dentist appointments, I could work my day around them. And what kind of happened with the network marketing was that I actually didn't, I couldn't go out and do, if you actually think, well, I did network marketing 10 years ago, and the traditional network marketing then was you would go out and do parties and you would talk to people face to face. I couldn't physically do that because I had two little ones, and I had the older kids. It just didn't fit. So I had a small business before doing network marketing, and I'd built that on social media. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do the same with this. If I can do my small little business, which was kind of baby wear, that kind of thing, I can do this on social media. And that's what I did. And I built my business very, very quickly. I mean, just to give you an example, the average time for somebody to go manager within the network marketing company I was in was 2 years. I did it in 12 weeks. And that was because I built my business on social media through Facebook. It was unheard of. And then all these other network marketing companies heard about it. So I had Avon, Mary Kay, doTERRA, Beachbody, God, there is another one, but it slips my mind. And they all came to me and were kind of like, we want to know what you're doing. How are you doing this? And I was like, well, I'm doing it on my social media. Well, can you show us? So I then started kind of teaching other people how to grow their network marketing business on social media. Unfortunately, the network marketing company that I was registered to didn't like the fact that I was kind of sharing my tips and advice with other other network marketing companies. I wasn't being paid for it. I was kind of offering it for free because I loved what I did. And they didn't like it, and they basically gave me an ultimatum. I either had to stop doing the social media training or I had to give up my network marketing business. And I personally didn't want to work for somebody or be associated with somebody that was giving me that ultimatum. So I ditched the network marketing company, not before saying that I still wanted to keep my discount, because I get 50% off the products, and I love the products, so why would I not keep that? And then I started freelancing. So I continued doing my social media training, but I actually started charging for it. And then a friend invited me along to a networking event. Not sure if you've ever been to a networking event, but that's where you go to meet other businesses in a room, have breakfast, have lunch, have a coffee, tell people what you do, and then you all kind of use each other's services, or you recommend each other to your network. And while I was there, I was kind of telling them, no, I don't do that anymore. I've started doing social media training, and really loving it and enjoying it. And then someone said, oh, do you actually do it where you do it for people, like the management side? And I was like, well, I don't. I just do the training, but I suppose I could, because I'm doing my own social media, so why can't I do it for others? So this is where I then started doing social media management, and it wasn't long before I was doing more management than what I was training. And within 3 months, I had 30 clients. Now you can imagine trying to juggle 30 clients. It was really, really time consuming. I was having to juggle. I was working long hours. I was working weekends. And that's when it made me realize that actually I couldn't do it. I was going to burn myself out. So what I did was I looked at my business and went, right, I actually can look after 10 clients, but I'm going to put my prices up. And those 10 clients are going to pay me what my 30 were. And they did. So I started doing social media management in the September 2017. And then in the January, while we were on holiday, I sat there and I just went through all the clients I didn't want to work with anymore, ones that gave me headaches, ones that were really stressful, and I got rid of those. And how I got rid of them, I know that sounds horrible when you say get rid of them, but trust me, when you're working with people that aren't nice, it's something that you just don't want to do. I'd literally just sent everyone an email and said, as of the 1st of February, my prices are going to be XYZ. And I knew it would happen. All the people that I didn't want to work with left. They said, no, we're giving you a notice. We don't want to work with you anymore, which was fine. But what did happen was the people that I wanted to work with and the people that saw my value stayed and were happy to pay the new prices. And I have to say, a majority of those are still with me now, 5-6 years later, which is lovely, because it's just a testament to what we offer here as the agency. Then over time, I started doing the training again and doing social media management as a kind of a joint thing, because I did love the training. But then I started getting people coming to me who already had kind of a social media business, but weren't really getting any results. So they were coming to me and asking me, you know, what can you do? Can you offer some training? Can you offer some support? So I did. I started kind of mentoring people that had their own social media business and giving them tips on how they could grow their business. Then it became people approaching me saying, I want to start my social media business. I've been following you on Instagram, Facebook. Do you do a program? Do you do a course? And it was like, oh, I don't, but I can. You know, that's easy enough to do, because I'm only teaching you what I already know. And that's where my kind of social media training came in, to help people start to become a social media manager. Then during COVID, things got really, really busy. More businesses needed help with their social media, more people wanted social media management. So it became a very busy time. And at the time, I had like 12 clients that I was working with on a one-to-one basis on a 10 to 12 week program, showing them how to start their own business. And that was like 10 hours, 12 hours a week, plus all the admin and everything else, plus everything else. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. So that's when I decided to create the Academy. The Academy moved into being a group version. The cost came down a lot more than my one-to-one, because I was able to help more people. And the program got tweaked. And I'm proud to say now, 2 years later, it's now a certified accreditation. So when you do my program over the 10 weeks and you finish the exam at the end, which I'll talk to you about at the end, you basically have a certification in being a social media manager. But you also have all the skills that I'm going to teach you, but you also have my support going forward as well to help you with your business. So that's how the Academy started. And the Academy has kind of proved to me, because 2 years ago our son Bo, who's now 12, at the time he was 10, became very, very poorly. And I had to take a back seat from my business. Now, thankfully, because I've got my agency, that was still running and bringing in a financial income for me. So I could have that flexibility of my working hours. But it showed me the importance of the power of what the Academy can do, because it allows people to have that flexibility, work the hours that they want around their children, around their family life, and create something that's amazing. And that's what I love about it. So going on to having more flexibility, you can pick and choose the hours that you work. So I've kind of, I've gone from that working 70-hour a week when I first started my business to 7 days a week, 70-hour weeks. And I now work school hours. So I tend to kind of work, I did kind of try and do 3 days a week, where I would just do, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, for example, and I might start working at like 9 o'clock in the morning. I might finish at 5:30. But what I tend to find now is I just kind of work school hours, but then I have that flexibility. So if I want to go and do some exercise, I can go and do that. If I want to go and have lunch with a friend, I can. To give you an example, Molly has got a hospital appointment tomorrow. I haven't got to ask anybody if I can have the time off to go and do that hospital appointment. I can just go and do it, knowing full well that I plan my own diary and I pick and choose when I want to work. And that's what all my team do as well. They have all gone through this process. They have gone through this Academy. So everybody that works for me within my Academy, they are self-employed with myself. So a little bit like a freelancer, but I class them as an employee. I class them as a family member. I class them as a friend. They have been through this process and they've passed the exam, and I've seen something in them that means that I feel that they can come and work with me, and automatically, they've got those clients. And most of the team, well, the team all have at least 2 clients that they look after. Some have got more, but the reason why they might only have 2 clients is because actually they only have so many hours a week that they want to work. But for example, if someone said to me, well, I've got 3 hours, a week that I can work, that enables somebody to actually earn anything from £250 to £500 a month. Now, if you wanted to go and work in, let's say, a supermarket, and you were working those hours, if you wanted to earn £500 with minimum wage, you're going to have to be working at least 40 hours a week, a month. So again, it just gives you that flexibility. I've got some of my team that do work in the evenings, because they're with their children all day. I've got others that do it at the weekends because hubby's home and they can just literally go in and just spend time. I was just talking to one of the team today. She is a student nurse, so she's doing this around her student nursing. And she was in the library today doing the social media work from there because she had some time to do it. So it's that flexibility of what this can do for you, but it also allows you to earn a really good income on very, very few hours. And that's the great thing is as well. And you can earn whatever you want. You can earn, if you just want to earn £1,000 a month, that's fine. If you want to earn 500, that's fine. If you want to earn 5 grand, you can do that as well. It is possible because I'm living proof that it is. You can work anywhere in the world. So I take 13 weeks off a year. Every single school holiday I take off. And that is to spend time with my children, and we go away. We have a holiday home on the East Coast, so we spend a lot of time there, but we also spend a lot of time in France. And we also, Christmas and New Year, religiously, we have done for the last 5 years, we go to Lanzarote for Christmas and New Year. But it means that I can work anywhere I need to. I don't tend to, because I've worked my business, that I can take that time off and have that downtime. But it means that I can pick and choose as and when I want to work. I'm not stressing out thinking I've only got 4 weeks a year of holiday. And again, like I said, you can take the time off as and when you need to. So you're going to get a accreditation in becoming a social media manager when you pass my 10-week course. So it's been approved by the CPA. Having an accreditation or a certification means that you actually stand out from the competition. So if you've got somebody that is going to be doing exactly what you do, if I was a client, I'd be looking to see who's the one that's actually certified, and has gone through a program and has done an exam. Now, in order to get a CPD certification, or to get my program, that I have someone who has literally gone through the program, has seen all the trainings, seen the exam, seen everything, and has said, yeah, this is to a high standard. It has to be to a high standard. They don't just let anybody onto their system to do a course. So there are things that I've had to tick the boxes as well. It also enhances your skill set. So if you are somebody that is, last year I had a couple of people that already kind of offered social media management within their business, but they just wanted a little bit more knowledge, making sure they were doing the same thing. But I also had people that already had their own business and they wanted to add it as another service within their business. So that's what they were doing to enhance their skill set. Opens up so many more opportunities. And I've seen that there's a spelling mistake there, so I do apologize about that. That's not normal, but yeah, just missed that, so we'll get that changed. It allows you to be the expert in what you do, so you can become the expert in your field, and it allows you to promote that as well within your social media. And also, companies will use people that have got the certification over those that don't, so it's really kind of important to have that. So what will be covered in the 10 weeks? Well, week 1 is that we get started, and in that first week, we look at what life is like as a social media manager, where you're going to get your clients, how to set up the perfect office, because that's really, really important. And then there is some boring stuff, like looking at the legal side of things as well, because I want to make sure that you've got everything covered. So each week there will be kind of homework set, but that homework ensures that you are doing everything that you need to do to set your business up. But you've also got me supporting you as well. Week 2, we look at your branding. So we have a branding expert come in, and they're going to help you think about your logos, your colors, your business name, think about your website, and then we'll talk about your social media and your marketing presence as well. Week 3, we talk about your invoicing, your accounts, tools that you're going to need, your expenses, just to make sure, you know, this isn't a hobby. This is about you growing a business. So you're going to need to have all that information. So we'll have an accountant come in as well and talk to you about that. Then week 4, we look at pricing, where you're going to find your clients, looking at outsourcing to basically help you, you know, create that work-life balance. I outsource a lot. I have a big team, and that's not because my business is big. I did that pretty much in the early days because I knew that. So when I brought on a virtual assistant, so that's somebody like a PA, but they work remotely. If I brought them on when my business was up and running and big and going for it, I wouldn't have had the time to go through all the things. So my VA, we've been working together now maybe over 3 years, and she just gets me and I get her, and it just works. It works perfectly. She's my right hand woman. I've got a left hand woman and a right hand woman. I've got somebody that does my social media for me, and again, been working with them for a long time. They're part of my team. And I've just had a chat with them this evening about what the plan is for May, and they've got it straight away. So it's really important to have these people working for you, and also the earning potential and talking about how you're going to achieve that as well. Then week 9, we look at, we skipped. There we go. Week 5, sorry, was jumping ahead there. Week 5, we look at procedures, proposals, contracts, and your terms and conditions. And again, this is something that you get as part of the package as well. So you haven't got to go and pay a solicitor for your terms and conditions, because you cannot just print them off, download them from Google, because they're not going to work. If you need to go to court, and unfortunately it does happen, it's happened to me in the past year, you're going to have to make sure that you've got your business in looking really professional. So this is what you need to kind of think about. Then week 6, we look at how to plan, creating clients content, benefits of scheduling, and then strategy planning as well. Week 7, step by step on how to work with a new client, how to get them on board, how to find your clients, following up, setting up a client. So we go through that step by step as well. And then week 8 through to week 9, so those 2 weeks we kind of cover social media training. It's covered quite a lot, but it just kind of gives you an idea of what you get. So we look at all the major platforms, what you need to be doing and creating ads, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, Reels. So we look at all of that. And then week 10, we do kind of an overview. If we've missed anything, we make sure we cover it in that, making sure that you're ready to kind of go. So by week 10, you're ready to get going. So that's kind of what's covered every single week. Now, the training is online. It's carried out by Zoom, so very similar to what you've joined today. And every session is recorded. So if you cannot make it, because I appreciate people can't, then we it will be available for you to watch the recording and then take any notes. And you'll have workbooks that you can work through as well. So just bear with me a sec, because again, do you know what? I think Canva is playing up because that shouldn't be there. So let me just go back. Right, okay, so what do you get? Let me just bear with me a second, because I'm just going to go into that presentation. Just bear with me a sec, and I'm just going to let you know, because give me 2 seconds. You'll get to realise this as you go along with the program, that everything, all the things that you kind of do, there'll be times, and and this is the thing, I'm really honest with people about what you can kind of expect from this, the frustrations, what's going to go wrong. You're going to hear all of it. Okay, you're going to get that. And this is one of the main things, is technology. You can never rely on it. As good as it is, you can never rely on it. So I'm always going to be there to be honest with you. I'm not going to paint this as a pretty picture, because I want you to understand that there are going to be ups and downs from it, but I'm going to be there to support you as well. So let's check that that's working again. bear with me a second. Where did we get to? There we go. Right. Let me make sure I can share the screen on that one this time. You never know. Right, okay, so what's included in the academy? You get your 10-week live training program, okay? So that's roughly about an hour, hour and a half each week, okay? If it was going to be longer, I will let you know. You also get a 1-hour mentoring session with me, which you can take up to 3 months from finishing the program. And that 1 hour is ironing out, making sure that you're ready to go. It might be that you want to get started. I get people taking them at all different stages. Get a contract of works. Okay, so they're all the things that you need when you're bringing on a new client. So you'll hear more about all the paperwork that you need as well. Your client terms and conditions, which are legal, they've been provided by a solicitor, and all the documents and paperwork that you need for your business, which are all editable as well, so that you can change them as and when you need to. You also get an access to a library of trainings. So again, we talked about social media training, you get access to all of those. And anybody that does join within the next 7 days, you also get access, a free ticket to my training day that I'm running on the 10th of May in Northampton, which is a full-on day talking about social media, sales and strategy. You can come to that one, or you can come to the one in September. It's entirely up to you. I've got some people that have said that they want to do the training first before they start this, because we start this on the 11th of May, so they're coming to that and then they're going to start this. But I've got some that have said no, I'm going to wait until September, so it's entirely up to you from there. You also get support and accountability. So there is a WhatsApp group that we have with all of you in it. And we also have a Facebook group with you all in as well. And also we have an individual WhatsApp group. So if you need to contact me 100 times a day, you can. It's not a problem at all. And also I have a social media managers community with other social media managers that you can get to know, build those relationships. And just, yeah, it's just supporting you every single way, every step of the way, and also access to other leading experts. So people that I feel that are going to help you within your business, they're going to come in and help you as well. So here is what others had to say about the academy. So Kenna joined my academy this time last year. So Kenna is actually my sister, and she was fed up with her corporate job. She was working 3 days a week, and around my nieces and nephew, who were all under the age of kind of, so 1.5, 3, and then 7. And she was trying to juggle work, and then when they were ill, they would all be ill, and then she would have to explain that she couldn't go into work. Trying to work remotely just wasn't working, because they said that stuff had to be done within a time, so she couldn't work in the evenings and things. So she said, I want to start, I don't know what to do. I think I might start my own business, but I don't know what to do. And I said, well, what do you like doing? She said, well, I'm thinking I might, do clothing, personalized jumpers, t-shirts, bags, that kind of thing. I said, well, that'd be really, really good. Something you can do around home, will give you a bit of pocket money. And that's what she was kind of looking for. And then she realized that she needed to do her social media. Now, Kenna didn't really do social media. The odd story on Instagram, the odd post, but not from a point of view of running a business. So I said to her, why don't you come on my social media academy and just learn how to do the social media for your own business. Plus you'll pick up some tips as well for running your own business. And I think it would really help. Anyway, by the end of it, she passed the exam, and now she heads and runs my social media agency. So in a year, that's where she's gone from. Okay, and she's absolutely amazing. Clients absolutely love her. And then there's Helen. So Helen was on my academy that started in October, because I run the academy twice a year, in May and then in October. And Helen is a dentist, or was a dentist, and unfortunately due to long COVID, she couldn't be a dentist anymore. She was struggling with her hands. So she loved doing her own social media. She did a little bit of network marketing, loved doing the social media for that. So she joined my academy last year because she wanted to, grow her skill set. and now she works for me within the agency, plus she has a bank of her own clients, and she's absolutely brilliant because she also has another side to her business where she helps business create strategy, and she's a social media consultant, so she doesn't just do the management, she does the consulting side as well. So they're two people. So how can you get started? Literally as easy as that. Sign up for the Academy using the link. So the link will come out with the recording of this and a follow-up. We start on Thursday, the 11th of May. I would love you to join. And this is the cost of the course. You can do a one payment of 1,295, and that gives you everything. So the training, all the bonuses, the extra, the hour mentoring session with me, the day ticket to my masterclass either in May or September, or you can do 6 payments of 249, or you can do 9 payments of £149 as well. So really good, easy to pay. And as I said, a lot of people, when they're doing the Academy, kind of do it, they might be doing it around a job, or they might be doing it around family. It's really, really easy to kind of do. But the next, as I said, the next one starts on May the 11th. If you join within the next 7 days, as I said, you get the ticket for my masterclass that I'm running as well, which is valued at £100. And you get all the support. So if you do have any questions and you're watching this on a recording, please do let me know. So just to kind of give you an idea of some of the questions that we've had in, because I know some people couldn't join live, but they did ask me some questions. So how does the Social Media Managers Academy work? So it's a 10-week program. And over those 10 weeks, I'm going to support you with everything you need to know about starting up your business. It's ridiculous what I put in there, and I'm going to help you grow your confidence to find those clients. And each week I'll deliver a new module, and it'll be live, and the sessions will be recorded as well, and you'll be able to access all of those. And then there's an online portal. So we'll have a group and an online portal where you can kind of capture everything. So don't worry if you can't join live, they are recorded as well. Can you, and someone said, would I be able to use your training for personal use? Yes, because you're going to need to promote yourself on your social media. So everything that I show you, you will be able to implement it. Someone also said that they don't really use social media. You know, they post the odd thing now and then, but they mainly watch family. That doesn't matter. You don't need to be an expert in social media. You don't even have to have run your own business. That doesn't matter either, because I help people start up their own businesses, even if it's not a social media business. So I'm going to help you do the same. Then what happens at the end of the 10 weeks is we're going to get you started. We're going to get you out there. There will be an exam. So when I say exam, it's not hard, okay? There is what I do is I give you the option of 4 clients. And from those 4 clients, all you have to do is create 7 pieces of content for me. So a week's worth of content, and create images. But you would have learned all of that in the 10 weeks, and then you're going to be implementing it into the exam. But you'll have a month to carry out the exam. So over the 10 weeks finishes towards the end of July, and then you have until the end of August to get the exam in. That will then be marked. Okay, now it takes about 4 weeks for us to mark the exam. And then once you've got your exam results back, you do get an opportunity to correct anything. So if you don't pass, I can't remember what the pass mark is. I think it's about 70%. If you get under 70%, then I will help you with those revisions, because this is learning. This is what it's all about. It's all about learning. And I'm going to help you with those revisions so that we can resubmit it to get you kind of passed. But if your results came back and they were like 10%, which they did on the last one, I had somebody that were really low, then that would be me asking the question, is this really for them? Because they actually they weren't watching any of the trainings. So and I can tell. So it's about having that commitment. But the other thing you've got to remember is as well, you're paying for this course, so you want to put the time and commitment into it. Even if you can't do it live, you want to put that commitment in. And, you know, I'm there to support you. So if you're watching the recording, you've got a question, you just have to message me. I'm going to help you. If you're unsure about something, you've just got to ask. That's what I'm there to do. It's not about making this hard, because this business isn't hard. It is really easy to do. And if you overthink it, that's when it becomes hard. So the exam is actually really, really simple to do. And the guys that did the last program, you know, they did it, and they were all brilliant at doing it. And I give feedback anyway. Then what happens is, once, and you can start your business up before then. I've had people in the academy that have got to like week 5 and they're nailing it and they're getting clients in, because that's what I'm going to encourage you to do. You know, as soon as you're kind of confident and ready to go, we want to bring your clients in. Want you start earning money, because you want a return on investment. That money that you're paying me to do this course, I want you to get that money back. And then once you've done the exam, you will then be invited into joining my agency as a freelancer. So what I do from that is give you, so when we have clients come on with our Done For You service, I will pair you up with clients to start doing the work. And it's a great opportunity for you to start earning an income while you're building your own clients up as well. So it's a great way. I've got some people that work for me in the agency that actually don't have their own clients. They just work with my clients, and they're quite happy to do that. But the idea is that you become that kind of account manager and you take them over. So for example, one of our clients was having a marketing day, and their account manager went down. They spent the day with them working on all of their marketing and plan and everything else. And they've just come back and said, Sam, this is what they want, but I've got it all in hand. And that's where you kind of get to. You get to that point where you're doing that as well. And it might be then at one point you want to bring on your own clients, but you don't have to. You know, if you just want that simplicity of actually just doing the work and getting paid for it, you can do that as well. But you can grow your business bigger by bringing on more clients. So that is pretty much what the Social Media Managers Academy is. And as I said, you can sign up now. You can join now, ready to start on the 11th of May. Really excited for this intake, because it is a program that I really, really love. Would love you to be on board. If you have got any questions, please do let me know from the recording. And if you want to have a chat over the phone, just let me know. Happy to jump on a call with you and answer any questions, because you will have questions, you will have fears, but I want to put your mind at ease. You know, this is me, this is what you get. And that, you know, I'm going to be working with you to make sure that you achieve this, because I love nothing more than having people have that flexibility. And this is such a great industry to be in. It opens so many doors, and at the moment social media and online marketing is just growing and growing and growing. So I would love you to be a part of that. So as I said, I will send, this recording's gone out to you all. There is a link in the email that's come with it. If you want to get in touch to arrange a call, please email me or find me on social media and have a chat. And yeah, really, really looking forward to working with you guys. So take care, have a lovely evening. See you later. Bye.